So it's a good trade. Never did it before, but now I'm going to keep in the show. I think it's actually not a bad idea.
Now, is she going to be a regular there now? Or?
I don't know. She might be. I mean, it depends on the rotation, you know. A lot of times, I think the Orleans and South Point share artists. I mean, I know they're not the same company or same hotels, but they have that same caliber, you know, that 45-year-old and up audience kind of thing, you know. And it's a great show. She's very solid, got a great voice, speaks well, and the main reason I was there too, of course, is I'm producing, you know, helping host the actual show on Thursday, which is the Hope Celebration for Michael's Angel Paws, which is, you know, basically a charity for rescue dogs, helping people. So you take a rescue dog, you actually train it, and then it helps a blind person or helps a person in need, you know, a war vet or something like that, which is great because a lot of veterans need the help. And yeah, so it's an exciting event. We're gonna be hosting it along with a bunch of other great acts. I know Mark Bennick's going to be there cutting someone in half, and some great singers and stuff. So Bryce, who works at the actual South Point, will be singing, which is his actual charity. So yeah, it's going to be good, man. So things have been really good for me, you know, working on new pilots and stuff like that. And,
yeah, you're filming all the time.
Know, yeah, all the time. More Pawn Star stuff and all that stuff's finished shooting an Escape show, 26 episodes for Reels Network. So it's been good, you know.
Are you an escape artist?
Not at all. But for the last 6 weeks, I've been. It's been turning out pretty good. So far, I'm alive still, so.
Right.
You know.
I mean, I've seen some of the photos that you've done, even when Lenny was in town, and you almost killed yourself on the side of a mountain. Yeah,
I did. Mount Charleston, we did it guerrilla style. So, but it worked. We got through it, and I think it's made some good TV. They're editing it right now, so I look forward to seeing it once it's done. So I've got like 3 or 4 pilots being worked on right now, so. Never ends. So.
Did you hurt yourself pretty bad, man? Or?
No, I'm good. You know, okay. It's, you know, I'm pretty physical, so people don't see that in me. But I was in the rodeo for 10 years, so rode horses all my life. So when you ride horses, you fall off a lot of things. So going down a hill in a wagon's nothing. So yeah. So but my character on stage looks like I can't hold a hammer, which is hence the comedy of what I do. Right. You know, I wear oversized suits and everything, so I don't look in shape or don't look like I could, you know, hold anything. So yeah, so it works to my advantage.
And still doing the Pawn Stars?
Yeah, I just finished filming another episode, and I just got a call for another episode. We're going to film probably next week, so it's great. And that show's been a huge hit, you know. And then we just finished airing on Sci-Fi a brand new series called Wizard Wars.
Which was good, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, we had some fun with that. And we just randomly, I wasn't going to do that show, which is rare for me because if somebody says TV, let's do it. But because it was a challenge show, it was magic. And of course, a lot of the judges and the wizards, you know, a lot of them are doing close-up magic in the restaurants I headline in. So it's a very weird demographic. Here you have these judges judging someone that's already a headliner in a competition, you know, but everyone's casting a role and you got to give them that respect. So I said, yeah, I'm going to do the show. Why not? They're all friends of mine. They're good guys. So we did it, and it turned out good. The first episode got over 1 million views. And that's huge on Sci-Fi or cable. And cable, I mean, that's phenomenal. So it's become a huge hit show.
Almost as many as Sharknado.
I know, right? Isn't that the truth? Yeah, that's become an epidemic, isn't it? So yeah. So it's in. They just got picked up for a 2nd season. So that's good news.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it's been good, man. You know, you're doing well. Congratulations on your Guinness Book of World Records. I know it wasn't Guinness, but it was a world record that you made, and congratulations on that.
It was still the same.
Yeah.
The outcome would still be the same.
Of course, yeah, same thing, sure. You know, but yeah, congratulations on that. It's very cool.
Yeah, I think that was the last time you were here, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I came in a couple of times, so. And an 8-year
to check
almonds.
On us.
Yeah, an 8-year almonds, so, you know. So yeah.
See if we were still alive.
Yeah. So it's been good, man. It's been really good and entertaining and fun and all that stuff, and still doing charities, which is great, so.
There's a lot. I've noticed there's a lot of animal charities in town.
I think there is, you know, I think, and when you're in the mix, I think you get invited to a lot. You don't realize it if you're not in the mix. You think, oh, okay, you see 1 or 2, but when you're in the call sheet for showing up or supporting, you see that there's a lot, you know.
Because I mean, a great show last night, and that was also for Heaven Can Wait.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right, yeah, with Tihani's tribute, you know, 98 years old.
That was good.
Yeah, it was a great show, phenomenal show. And yeah, that was for Heaven Can Wait, which is
I think the highlight was seeing Siegfried and Roy.
Oh, that was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Not Chris Angel, you sure? Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Not Chris Angel? Come on. What I like, though, is his tribute.
I love that he showed up and he was on the tribute video.
Yeah, but what I like about the tribute video, though, and all due respect, what I love about the tribute video, it wasn't so much what he said on the video, it was his turn to the camera. If you notice, his back was the camera, he did a turn to the camera, and then introduced himself. I said, because every star, you got to turn into the camera. And that just did it for me. I got very excited when he knew he planned this. Like, okay, I'm going to count 3, I'm going to turn to the camera. I'm going to say my stuff. And I loved it because we all do that. And I'm like, wow, he really choreographed that turn and right into the camera. I was wondering, I wonder if that's a one take on that. So yeah, it's the way it goes, though.
My friend was like, is he getting booed? I go, no, they're just yelling douche.
Yeah, right. But you know what amazes me with the Chris Angel thing, and people ask me all the time, though, because I have a lot of respect for Chris Angel in the sense that to get to where he is didn't happen overnight. It wasn't a fluke. And it takes a lot of goddamn work. And it does. He lost a marriage over it. He worked very hard to get there. And I know that. I'm in the position of it. I know how hard it works, It's amazing. And I don't know what happened like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. It just went from working really hard to, I think, maybe taking it for granted or something, because everyone who worked for him kind of left him. And he has got that attitude and that bad stigma that people don't, there's no respect. And it just sucks that you've worked so hard to get there. And he's really done it. I mean, whether you like him or not, he's a star and he's made it. And a big show on the Strip and a lot of money behind him. But it's amazing that you got all that, but then no respect. Doesn't that suck? You'd think with that much work and money, you'd get it. But
I'll never forget when that show
money doesn't buy respect.
No, it doesn't. You're right.
What I'm saying? Respect comes with
I'll never forget when that show first came out, and I was working for Vegas.com at the time, and it was an MGM property, and they're like, you guys are all going to go see the show tonight, and if it's not good, you can't say anything bad about it behind the desk. And we're like, all right, so we went and seen it, and I remember people leaving the show, and this guy that I worked with was like, it's called Believe because I believe people are going to want their money back.
Yeah, it's too bad. He spent a lot of money and he worked hard to get there. I just don't know if he did it necessarily right. I know a lot of people who worked for him that left. A lot of everyone almost who's worked for him has left or doesn't have good things to say about him. And it's a shame because, there was a point where I think he was a really good person. And I think there is a good person in there, but it's weird how it I don't know whether the ego or the fame got to him too much and thought he was invincible or what, but it's too bad, because, he has done good for magic, and he's worked hard to get there. It's just a shame that, it's amazing. Like people say, you can build, 100 houses, but you fuck one goat. You know what I'm saying? And they're talking about the goat, you know what I'm saying? So that's the problem, So that's the moral of this story. So, so that's the thing.
Don't fuck the goat.
Yeah, right. No, it's just, it's amazing. So anyways, that's my 2 cents. But yeah, so. So away she goes. But it's been good. I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for the temperature to drop below 100.
You're back to only doing one show a night?
Yeah, one show a night, which is nice because we were doing 2 a day. So 10 shows a week, which is a lot, Ooh. And it was good. I mean, it's nice to be busy, nice to work, And then Mamma Mia left because they were there for 12 weeks. Let's not talk about that. But the nice thing is, I wish them well, and then I got all their marquees, which was lovely in that sense. But it's a shame the show had to leave because it was, it's a great show. Mamma Mia is a, Tony Award-winning show, but a lot of money. Somebody lost a lot of money on that one, But it's the way it is. Vegas is not
That's not the only
market.
show in town that lost a lot of money.
No, Rose Rabbit Lie went south too, or Vegas Nocturne or whatever you want to call that, because Rose Rabbit Lie is still there because that's the restaurant.
Right.
Vegas Nocturne is the show, but they were losing $1 million a month.
Sydney After Dark not doing so hot.
No, that had 6-week run, and that was the end of that.
I heard Britney Spears ain't doing so well either.
She is. Oh yeah, she's doing very well. She just extended. Oh yeah, she's selling
I heard
tickets.
that she was gonna stop.
No, they just extended, added more dates.
She
It's
says
a money
stop.
maker.
They throw money. She says I'll stay.
Yeah, they're making money. I mean, they're making money.
Now that Celine's gone, they need somebody like that.
Yeah. Well, indirectly, I mean, you look at Tim and Faith, who are here, great act, right? They lost money on that. That cost them a lot of money because it was a guarantee, and they weren't selling out at all. But it looks like, you go there, it looks like it's selling out, but they lost a lot of money on that, But Britney Spears, she's selling out. She's selling out. She's iconic. Really? Even though she doesn't sing in the show and she's dancing. I saw the show literally a month ago, and I got to be honest, it was I actually was texting halfway through. And I love all music. I love entertainment. I like her songs. I mean, I went for Chloe, my wife, because she's a dancer. She wanted to see the dance numbers, and she's iconic and she's young and hip and all that stuff. And whether we like it or not, she's made it, lost it, made it again, and she's there. She's in. She's in. And so, when people start impersonating you, you're in, And but the show was just so lackluster. It's amazing how I went and saw. Who else did we see after that? Who did I see recently that I watched? I thought was Neil Sedaka. So, not even close. But Neil Sedaka was the Justin Timberlake of the 50s and 60s. Legendary. I mean, 16 #1 hits, sold over 40 million records within 5 years. I mean, that was back in the day when they actually made a record. You had to go get in your little car, go buy a piece of plastic, go home, put it on a 78 or whatever it was, or 45, and play it. It wasn't sit at home in your underwear and download a song to buy a record. You actually had to physically go buy one. 40 million people got out of their seats, actually walked to the store, bought a record, walked home and played it. I mean, that's a whole different world back then. 40 million is a whole. So my point is, it's amazing.
Kids today will never know the joy of going through a record store.
They won't know the real struggle.
Yeah, it's true, right? But what's cool though is, he sang every song. He walked on stage. He talked about the songs he wrote and sang and what he did. And Britney Spears is amazing. She just banged through her hits, said a little something to Vegas. Say, Vegas, great to be here. And I was like, it's amazing. Out of all your experience, you can't just be real with the audience for a second. Just talk. Share something funny. Talk about you shaving your head. We'd laugh at it. Come on now. We all know it happened.
Yeah.
Or that you got married to one of your be real. We're all making fun of you already. The minute you do that, we love you because you took the white elephant out of the room. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now all of a sudden we just think, oh my gosh, she's so personable. She's one of us. And she banged through the things with a script and was just like, so.
Sing a K-Fed song for all of us.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So anyways, you know what I mean? So
what about Boys to Men? Are they doing okay?
Boys to Men are phenomenal. Their numbers are unbelievable. They're selling close to 1,000 tickets a night.
Really?
Yeah, they got massive hits. Massive
amounts of hits.
They're huge. You forget how big they were,
That's one show I've wanted to see since
awesome
they've been
show.
here.
Phenomenal. I mean, they gained a couple of pounds like all of us have,
Yeah,
but man, when they sing, though, they got it. I mean, and every song, you go, oh my God, that was them. Because we all get mixed in with that whole group. Was it 98 Degrees? Was it them? Was it, Color Me Bad? Was it all, because they're all kind of in that group. And then all of a sudden you go, holy shit, that was their song too, wasn't it? Yeah. And every song they sang was a hit. You go, holy shit, that one too, So it's a great, but they're doing really well. I mean, they're legendary. I mean, they're just awesome, So
now I have a question. How have you been able to keep your run going so long and doing your thing? And
I think it's perseverance.
TV appearances.
You're right. It's perseverance. It really is perseverance, and I think it's perception. And it's when you have a shitty month or a shitty week, it's perception. You don't. When you have a crappy week, you make it look like it's your best week. And when it is your best week, you're working like hell to make the next week a better week because you realize that's a gift when you have a lot of money coming in. And then when you don't, that's when you make it look like you have a lot of money coming in or you're successful or you're busy. Right. And it really is the art of looking famous, not being famous. That's the key. And then when you have made it, well, that's easy. You just maintain it, try to save your money while you can because it's not going to last forever. But it really is. And I think it's getting out there and being seen. And people are always about being oversaturated. You got a long ways to go before you're oversaturated. Never worry about that. I mean, that's the worst of your problems.
Well, you've had some longevity though.
Yeah.
On the strip.
Oh, I've been very fortunate, but I've also worked my ass off. I'm up in the mornings. I'm visiting ticket brokers. I'm meeting people. Every time there's an opportunity for a news release, I make sure it goes to the right outlets. I walked on stage with Dina Martin. I had somebody snap 30 pictures. I said, all I need is 2 good ones. That's all I need. I'll send it in to my publicist. We'll send it in for a news release. Either they'll use it or not. But these are things that create more of a personality. I went and saw Arthur Duncan. Don't know if you guys know who he is, but phenomenal. One of the best tap dancers on the Lawrence Welk show. And he was, believe it or not, he was the only African-American tap dancer on that show when Lawrence Welk. Now, this is Lawrence Welk back in we're talking 40s and 50s. You probably know, but he had a show on PBS for 39 years, the longest running syndicated show in the United States. And Arthur Duncan was phenomenal. I worked with him in 98 at the Lawrence Welk show. Phenomenal, man. Unbelievable. He worked with Sammy Davis and the Sandman and all these great tap dancers.
Yeah, I've heard of
Gregory Hines and all those guys. Yeah. And so he calls me and says, I'm doing a show at the El Portal Theater in North Hollywood. I want you to come see it. I'm like, man, you still dance? Because I thought he was old then. Yeah. I'm thinking, that was 20 years ago. And so I saw him and he just killed it. He was so great. And he's going to be in Vegas probably in a month or so. I should have him on your show. But he's worked with everybody. And I mean, he's a real tap dancer. He's a hoofer. The's no lessons. He just does it.
You think his ankles would be cracking by now?
I know, yeah. But he still got it. And so I saw him last weekend in L.A. Went and caught up with him and saw Don Rickles recently. And, all these. Don's great. Even sitting in a chair is phenomenal. I think that's the key to this business, and this business makes you young, I think. Keeps you young. That's why Bob Hope didn't die till he was 100, George Burns didn't die till he was older, all these guys, because I think it keeps you young. It forces you to be on top of your game.
Look at Joan Rivers.
I know, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Rest in peace, Joan Rivers. That was a great.
Yeah, shock. She shouldn't have died, but
nobody's seen that coming.
Yeah. But she had a great life, too. I mean, she really went out on top. Who goes out on top at 81? I mean, we're talking on E-Entertainment. E-Entertainment, if you're over 45, it's hard to get on that show as a host. You know what I mean? It's a very young and hip show. And here she's 81.
Yeah. And keeping it still popping. She was rocking all the way up until the deathbed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
but she never stopped working. That's the key. And I've always told this young artists and people that talk to me in every genre of music, they go, what's the key to success? I said, you never stop working. I said, yeah, but what if I don't have a gig? Find one. Go to a local bar that it's a 2-drink minimum, or you got to have 2 friends come in and buy a drink to watch you. Great, go work. Doesn't matter if it's paid or not, because somebody will see you and want to pay you. Open mic night, go to open mic night. I mean, you want to work at a senior center, they'll pay $50 to entertain the seniors. Great, go do some non-blue material as a comedian, or do some simple magic tricks, or teach a magic class at a senior center, and go do charity shows. People don't know whether you're getting paid or not or whatever. The key is if you continue to work every week,
when they see you're busy, they see you maintaining.
It'll pick up and it'll come around, and all it takes is one phone call and you're working again. I mean, it's always that way. Also, it takes one call and you're unemployed, but but that's our business. You're always unemployed until the next job. I mean, I'm unemployed until I get to work tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and they could call me tomorrow morning and go, guess what? We love you. The hotel's been sold.
Right.
You're gone with it. That's the way our jobs are.
Yeah, it works like that.
It's all about never. And when the phone rings, you say yes. Can you, and I've done it every time I've done. Can you make a grizzly bear appear? Of course I can. Do it all the time. Hang up the phone. Holy shit, I got to make a grizzly bear appear. And you make a phone call and you figure it out. I've done that all the time. I say, and I did. If you look on Hallmark Channel, I made a grizzly bear. And that's, every time the phone rings, I want to write a book when I'm 80, and it's just going to be called Just Say Yes. And that's how I've stayed in the business, working all my life. I just said yes. I remember I got a call for performing at a juvenile detention center for kids who've stolen cars and robbed shit, and they're in for like 30 days or a couple months. Yeah, of course I can do it. I was like 17. Sure, I'll do it. Hung up the phone like, holy shit, what did I say? Because they could kill me with their left thumb, And so I get ready to go in, and I'm dressed in, honest to God, 17 years old, tuxedo, red cummerbund, red bow tie, hair combed to the side, little magic kid. I'm like, we're getting into magic with the criminals. And I'm like, this will be fun. And I'm like, before I left the house, I looked in the mirror, I went, this is not going to fly. I'd kill myself. So I changed into jeans and a nice jacket I had and a t-shirt, and I thought, I think it's got to be this for now. And I went in and it worked out great. I'm so glad I didn't walk in a tuxedo and tails.
Yeah, because you probably would have
been their dinner.
Shit at you.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it worked out great. We had some fun. I really hit them right between the eyes, just being real cool with them. And I taught them a trick or two, so that worked out well too, because, that was it. But you just kind of say yes and then figure it out. Because most people say no right off the bat. Oh, no, it's not, I'm not ready. And then as soon as you say no, you've lost the opportunity. If you say yes, you can cancel. You can always cancel and be an asshole that way, which isn't good either. But at least the minute you say yes, it's yours right now for the minute. And if you wake up next morning going, man, I think I've overstepped I don't think I can pull it off, then go, hey, I'm sorry, can't do it. But when you say yes, you've got it. But as soon as you say no, the door's closed.
And you won't be asked again.
Never be asked again, no, because you can't do it. Oh, we can't call him. He'll say no, he's too busy, or he just can't work that quickly. So that's how it works.
Or he's a douche.